So I was engaged at that point, especially when Leslie Odom Jr.'s daughter, man, especially when she came home and started beating his ass.
Oh, I know, bucking up to him, and it was just like, bruh, because I was like, because it put me in that situation, and I'd be like, you better watch your tone. I don't care if you got the devil in you or not. You better watch your I'll knock the devil out of you.
I'll beat it out of you.
Yeah. You turn around and come back in there and re-enter this room and say this correct to me.
The demon, okay.
Yes, sir.
But Tanner didn't have the balls you had, man, because she came in there, she beat his ass. Now get up, say something.
Yeah, man, that happened, and he just got up like it wasn't nothing. I'd be like, oh hell no.
Well, I mean, there was something happening right after that.
Yeah. Plus he just got the shit. Shit, he probably saw little demons going around his head. Little Tweety birds. Little demons with pitchforks.
Bat wings.
We're going to be at the Broadway Comedy Club again. The Exorcist. I'm talking about that original 70s Exorcist. Mm-hmm. It's considered to be not just one of the scariest films of all time, but it's considered to be one of the best motion pictures of all time. Some people call it a masterpiece. Shut your bitch ass. Everybody like that movie except that guy.
Now see here, young lady, I
know. That guy thought he was gonna handle some shit too. Yeah. Look at that. Look at this. Look at his ass. Watch this. I'll handle this shit. Now, look. Ow, fuck! Bitch slapped his ass too. Backhanded him. Get your ass away from me. Better have my money next time you come over here. Some people say that this movie right here can never be replicated, man. Hollywood said, when has that ever stopped us? We replicate like when there's money to be made.
Well, I suppose if you really put your best people on it and all your resources, we ain't doing that. Yeah.
We're going to put something on it. Shit. People want, if they want some more, we're going to give it to them. Supply and demand, baby.
Well, what if they don't want it? They're getting it anyway.
Yeah. Some people said that this can never be replicated. Who said that shit? They've had several sequels to The Exorcist. And some people have said, fair, not so shabby. But then there's others that are just downright terrible. But none have ever come close to the original movie right here. 1976? 70, maybe 73.
If Billy was here, he'd know right.
Yeah, I think it might be 1973.
That sounds more right.
Yeah, 1973. That was it. Of course, this is the story about a young girl who was possessed by, not Satan. That demon was bullshit. Mm-hmm. Demon had an ego talking about, yeah, I'm Satan. They're like, no, you ain't. I say, man, I look your ass up. No, you ain't no Satan.
You're just the manager. You don't own this store.
Shit, your name ain't Satan. In fact, your name is stupid. Pazuzu. Get your ass out of here. Sound like a Pokemon. But yeah, man. This story of a young girl that's possessed and had to have a couple of priests come in and save her. But during that time, it is said that, this is one of the most frightening films, watching this girl go through her demonic possession. I myself found the movie hilarious, even as a kid. Yeah, and I'm not one of those people who says like, I'm trying to be different. No, listen, I would be honest with you if I thought it was scary, and I can see why. But for me, I don't know, man. Her talking so much shit, smacking bitches,
Well, so much of what makes it scary is all the stuff before that.
Yeah.
Because the way it leads in, like it's just a story, and then people you care about, and then what is happening to this child, and we can't figure it out. And that's terrifying.
Boy, it doesn't terrify me with this, because all she did was talk shit. I would have beat her ass. Talk about people's mamas, telling people to go suck dick. She was just talking shit through the whole movie. I thought it was actually pretty funny, man. Now, I say that because I'm in a very, very, very small minority. I'm probably the 1% of people who's not scared of this movie. But I recognize the brilliance behind this film. It's such a well-made movie, man.
It is.
So I'm one of those people who, you know, I came into it and said, why y'all doing this?
Leave him alone.
Every time they
alone.
put that name on it, it's like, come on.
Just stop. They stopped. But then they said, no, you don't understand, man. See, there's a new trend in Hollywood. And The Exorcist, it needs this.
Sure.
It needs to have another movie because there's a trend now. You know, the sequel reboot. I'm sure there's another name for it where we, you know, you have a brilliant film that had a bunch of terrible sequels. And The Exorcist is one of those movies.
Yeah.
Now, we need to come in and have a direct sequel to this original film so that we can forget all about the bad shit they just made. Hey, it worked for your boy Mike.
He's waited for this night. He's waited for me.
You know, nobody listen to her. Like, she's crazy.
I'm trying to get my candy, crazy lady.
Damn Karens out here. But that's Halloween, the one that came out 2018. And in The Exorcist, people said, man, and it worked for that. They said it worked for old Michael Myers, man. So I don't see why it cannot work for this.
Not?
In fact, we got the same director and everything.
Yeah.
David Gordon Green.
Yeah. Hey, what you doing?
Yeah.
We got a new project for you.
Yeah.
And they trying to make 3 of them.
Yeah. No, they said, hey, man, you did very well with Halloween. Obviously, they didn't see the third one. But, you know.
Oh, the second one.
Oh, the second one. Second was not that. Yeah. So they just obviously saw the first one. But I'm an open-minded person. You know, I always say, I will give it a chance. Well, I agree with this right here. Now, if there's one thing, Martin sent me a quote today, and it was the funniest thing. And this made me, it made me even more curious to see how this movie's gonna work out. This is a quote from the director of the first Exorcist, William Friedkin.
Yeah, the late, great William Friedkin.
And it says here, on William Friedkin's passing, writer and film critic Ed Whitfield posted this on Twitter and Facebook. And this is the quote. William Friedkin once said to me, Ed, the guy who made those new Halloween sequels is about to make one to my movie, The Exorcist. That's right. My signature film is about to be extended by the man who made Pineapple Express.
Oh shit!
And he was a real one, man. He straight up said, "Listen."
He was on his deathbed saying this shit.
Now, listen, he was real with this. He said, "I don't want to be around when that happens."
Oh.
But if there's a spirit world and I can come back, I plan to possess David Gordon Green and make his life a living hell. Boo ha ha ha. So now that movie has been made,
and William Friedkin is gone.
And William Friedkin is gone. David, do you need to watch your back?
Shit. Might need to call a priest.
Yeah. David, you might want to cover up all your holes, man. William might get up in that ass. Old Bill. Unless he did a good job.
Yeah.
Somewhere William Friedkin might say, I was about to get up in that ass, but
okay.
That boy did all right. Let's see how it worked out. Let's have our review for what is considered to be now the official sequel to The Exorcist, The Exorcist Believer. And we'll be right back with our review.
Baby, you've been gone 3 days.
We're gonna kill all these motherfuckers. Hey, look like two girls who are mad at each other. Bitch, I'll kill you.
Not if I get you first.
Talk to my man again here.
Play the trick on you.
Cat's scared. Look at Cat's holding it like, man. Shaking his head the whole time.
Man, that drip, drop, drip, drop. Couldn't you sample that and put it in a song, loop it?
Oh yeah, call it the demonic remix. Yeah. Yeah, man. Look at you should be a DJ.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, DJ Cat Dad. So as you can see from this trailer, you can see some details about this. I'll fill in the blanks for some other details. So you have Leslie Odom Jr., who plays a guy named Tanner. His daughter goes missing with another friend of hers, Catherine. And the reason why she goes missing is because, well, early on, before Angela, that's the daughter's name, before she was born, her mother died. And it was a rough decision. I'll let you watch the movie. It was a rough decision on how she was born, but the mother was lost. And so it's just her and her father. But she misses her mother, and so she decides to, since she misses her mother so much, she decides to give her friend Catherine over there and go out in the woods and do a demonic ritual.
I thought they might as well call Slender Man while they're out there.
You know, let's go Satan to call mama for me.
Is it a collect call?
Yeah, hey, say. My mama there.
She said she's not here right now.
Jesus won't answer the phone. Maybe you can help. But so they out the devil, and of course, so they come back. They come back acting a fool. You know, come back, of course, with demonic possession inside of them. And from there, you know, it goes on to what you think a demonic possession movie would do. They have to figure out a way to get these demonic spirits out of these innocent girls' bodies as these girls continue to just devolve into these creatures more and more as the movie goes on. So I'm gonna say that this I think this started out very well, because it seems like David Gordon Green is trying to maintain the filmmaking style of the original. Now, he's not going out and doing things like getting the same film grade and camera and all that kind of stuff. But what it seemed like he's doing is that he's doing sort of a filmmaking style from the 70s, where it's not too flashy, very natural acting, you know, especially with the character of Tanner and his daughter.
Yeah.
You know, the movie opens up with them being very loving, very playful in a way, and it feels real. You know, it doesn't feel like they're acting anything. You know, it feels actually, to me, very natural. Feels like a loving father and his daughter. But within that gradual pace of the film, he also, let me see if I can show you a little frame of this, man. Early on in the movie, there's this earthquake scene, man.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's
I'm
hard to watch.
It is crazy. First of all, it pulls you in because, okay, the effect of the building crashing down, it looks great especially for the budget they have for this movie. It's done well. It's a very tense scene, and that's early on where the Tanner's wife, she gets caught in it, and man, you on edge like.
His pregnant wife.
His pregnant wife. Yeah. Thank you, Martin. His pregnant wife. So you're on edge hoping for the safety of this woman, man. And it really pulls you in. Later on in the movie, when the girls go missing, you know, I'd say it's very nerve-wracking, man. I mean, because, you know, anybody watching parents lose their, you know, kids and don't know what happened to them, you know, it's hard to watch unless the movie's just that bad. But they do a good enough job at, you know, setting up how much Tanner cares about his daughter that later on in the movie when she's missing, you know, you see how rough it is on them, man. Just, you know, the confusion and the fear of what's wrong with these kids and what, you know, not knowing what happened to them, you know, between Tanner, even the other parents, you know, even though the other parents is kind of dumbasses, man. Dad just angry most of the time. Mom just looks lost half the time.
They're all churched up.
They old country ass church. At least mom is. She's a country singer, by the way.
Is
that actress, yeah. So, you know, so I hate to say this, man. You know, at this point, but you know, I'm talking about how terrible it is that these kids went missing. You know, and I would never say this about any kind of situation with kids like this, but maybe these girls never should have been found, man. Because when they get found and come back in the movie, to me, that's where this movie goes downhill.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Let it out, man. Let it out.
Shit, this demon possessed this goddamn film when they came back, man. You know, it kept my interest for a little bit. I mean, any kid coming in, you know, covered in blood and looking crazy and, you know, all of a sudden just mentally and physically deteriorating. You know, it's scary to watch, man. And you know, they're children, so of course you're gonna feel a little something.
Right.
And so I was engaged at that point, especially when Leslie Odom Jr.'s daughter, man, especially when she came home and started beating his ass.
Oh, I know, bucking up to him, and it was just like, bruh, because I was like, you know, because it put me in that situation, and I'd be like, you better watch your tone. I don't care if you got the devil in you or not. You better watch your I'll knock the devil out of you.
I'll beat out of you.
Yeah. And you turn around and come back in and re-enter this room and say this correct to me.
The demon, okay.
Well,
yes, sir.
but Tanner didn't have the balls you had, man, because she came in there, she beat his ass. Now get up, say something.
Yeah, man, that happened, and he just got up like it wasn't nothing. I'd be like,
know.
oh, hell no.
Well, I mean, there was something happening right after that. He was
Yeah,
like, oh,
plus he just got the shit. Shit, he probably saw little demons going around his head.
Tweety birds.
Little demons with pitchforks.
Bat wings.
I'm gonna get that bitch. Where you at?
Go, you play too much.
Look at her. She didn't even move. She like, get your ass up. I got some more for you. I'm gonna let y'all know I was laughing through most of this shit, man.
Well, yeah, when something like that happens. As a matter of fact, so much of what happened. You're not supposed to laugh, but at times
It's
you just
just
can't
funny.
help
It's
it.
It's just funny, man. No, man. You know what? And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm more frustrated with this. If a movie's just bad, if a movie's mediocre, then I can deal with that if you didn't have nothing else going on. If you were just shitty the whole way through, fine, that's great. You knew what you were. Okay, cool.
They gave you hope.
yeah, but you gave me hope.
But this shit gave me hope, man. This movie had a lot of things going for it. It had a lot of things going for it. A lot. And them all up. All of them. I mean, they gave the director several balls, and he dropped all of them.
He's gonna get this one. Though.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. What next one? Oh,
I mean,
all right.
I mean, they handed the ball to him and said, "Go," and he just. Oops.
What I do now?
Yeah, I was mad as fuck. Like, just shoot the ball, man. Nope. I was like, damn, man.
The lights are too bright.
Almost had that one though.
I am so frustrated with this movie, man. Completely. Now I'm so frustrated. I ain't gonna even do no segue right here because let me go ahead and get this out the way.
Oh, okay.
Let me go ahead and get this sponsor out the way so that I can tell y'all what's wrong with this. I ain't gonna mess with you right now. I'm too mad for that shit.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and and after this, I'm gonna tell you everything that I think. You might have different opinions, of course, but I'm gonna tell you everything that I think they have potential for and messed up. But I'll tell you what, you are not going to mess up. You're going to meet your potential with Green Chef over here, man. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating clean, eating healthy. They got dinners that work for you with the ingredients delivered fresh right to your door. This is for people who really want to eat well. And a lot of people who are working out, Julian, you're working out. And what they tell you about eating, huh?
Well, eat well.
And you're supposed, nutrition.
No nutrition, yeah. You too. You working out too.
I am working out. That's why I know what I'm talking about with Green Chef. Nutrition is key. And they have all these calorie smart meals under 650 calories. They got protein packed meals. You know, you gotta have that protein there, Julian. If you got bulking up. They got those protein packed meals with at least 40 grams of protein on average per serving.
40, wow.
40 grams of protein, Martin. Strong, Martin.
Okay.
They got, and they have all kind of meals based on, what kind of lifestyle meal you're eating or what diet you have. They have science-backed Mediterranean meals. They have plant-rich vegan and vegetarian meals. Oh, weekly menu. Look at this, people. Look at what they got here. Beef patties with creamy truffle sauce, Memphis spiced chicken with bacon jam, jam, and also have prosciutto, ricotta, and kale toast. So, as you can see, if you like meat, you don't have to give it up to eat healthy. Mm-hmm. They got you. They know how to prepare it. If you like vegetables, they got those vegetables too. You like a mix, they got all that. Look at all that good stuff right there, man. And the thing about these meals are not hard to make. They have quick and easy recipes that you can make in 25 minutes or less. You'll save up to 23% versus grocery shopping. Oh boy, I know your mouth is watering right now. I know you're hungry, and I'm gonna give you a chance to eat healthy, save some money by giving you this code right here. greenchef.com/toasted60. You use the code toasted60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. And also get that peace of mind of knowing that you are eating healthy and you made that food yourself. You ain't gonna want to eat that food for a while. You're gonna be looking at that plate. Damn, did I make this? Oh, that's good, man. So I want to thank Green Chef for sponsoring this portion of the show. And that is Green Chef, America's #1 meal kit for eating clean, Martin. Clean and healthy. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank all of you out there for all your support. All right, let's go ahead and get into what I think happened with this. I'm eager to see if y'all agree, if you have anything to put onto it. So they had a great hook with this film, and that is the characters. They have more characters that come into this movie as the movie goes on. And what's the great hook about this is that all the characters come in, they have different faiths.
Yeah.
So you got like the evangelicals, you got the Catholics, you had a voodoo guy come in.
Oh yeah, no, it's the Avengers of religious.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, and you had an ex-nun come in, you know, and the reason why that's a great idea is because what if you had all these faiths come in, and before they even get to like the exorcism, they couldn't agree on how to do this because, as you know, all faiths fight with each other at some point. Right. But what at some point, as we get to know these characters, they all put the bullshit aside and learn how to cooperate and learn, you know, the message here is that we can all get along no matter what faith we are. You know, some crazy after school shit like that.
See, you should have been in the writer's room.
But I wasn't, Martin. I was not. They didn't have me. And what happened? You know, they blew it. It was all laid out. They could have worked together to defeat the demon, and then that's when you would have had your Avengers of faith right there. Yeah. But they f***ed it all up. Listen, Leslie Odom Jr., he's good in the movie, even though the character's kind of asshole-ish in a way. Demon should have possessed him.
Why you say he's asshole-ish?
He's asshole for no reason.
Yeah, he parked in front of people. Parking in front of people in a busy intersection and just saying, wait. That's why your daughter got up. Demons almost teach your ass something.
Oh man, he loved his daughter. He had to spend time with her.
Love her over there in the parking lot.
Yeah, he got to park somewhere else.
Even his neighbors are like, man, get your trash cans and pick them up. He's like, whatever, bitch.
His daughter was having a bad time. He lost her mother and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's a bad guy, just a little asshole-ish. I can see what the demon.
He's a little selfish at times.
I can see why the demon messed with him. I like the actor. He's good. I did not like that character too much. But then again, I was gonna let him slide because I was like, all right, he's going through a hard time because he does not believe in faith, you know, he does not believe in religion. He's a little sour because of what happened to his wife. But as far as these other characters go, man, the problem with these other characters when they come in, they're not fleshed out.
Nope.
They're just side characters who decide to give themselves more screen time.
like an extra who said, like, this is my only shot. I got to go for it.
Yeah, they just came in and just started to give themselves more screen time without having any kind of proper setup.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like the whole time, like, who are you?
Who are you? I thought that the whole time too. I was like, look, I get why you want to have these other people here, but you got to make these people the focus and just have them at the side instead of having them come up and be elements, because now you're splitting the focus.
Yeah, like my man here, like this preacher at the evangelical church, man. We don't get his name, or if it is, it's just in passing. And all of a sudden he shows up like he's goddamn Tony Stark or something.
Yeah, because at first it always seemed, he was like almost a background character.
Yeah, he was.
and then when they get ready for the big mission, he shows up. Yeah, you're right, like Tony Stark.
Yeah.
You're like, oh wait, you're important to this?
Like, who are you? There's about 2 or 3 people who show up and we don't know who the hell they are. I tell you,
you got a neighbor.
And all this kind of stuff.
I didn't even know dude's name. He just showed up.
He just showed up. And all of a sudden, I was like, okay, you're gonna stay, I guess. All right. They're kind of like these characters. They're kind of like your friend who came to a party and brought somebody you didn't know. And it's like, it looks cool. You can hang out in the background and eat and drink. I don't know who that is, but all right, whatever. Right. And that's what they were like. You're just hanging, man.
Yeah, right.
Like, who are you?
Yeah, he stuck around for the after party. And like, okay, I don't know why you're still here. Yeah. This is just, we grew up together. Who?
Yeah, these are the kind of people be like, hey, man, it's cool we come to the party, but tell me who you gonna bring next time. Yeah. I don't know him. Who's that preachy bro?
Yeah, he seemed like a looky-loo. I'm just here to see the demon girls.
Yeah. Where they at? Yeah. I heard you got demons up in here. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, and these parents they got in here, man, it's like the other parents are just written bad. Other parents, let me see if I can find these parents up. And yeah, there they are. These other parents, like I feel bad for them because the daughter's missing, but I just felt bad for them. Like I said, these characters are written so bad. Like the father just there to just be angry and throw shit and be confrontational. And you see that look on her face right there? She looks just like that through the whole movie. She don't know what to do.
There's no depth to their
There's a
characters.
weird thing with the father because he's like, this is because of me and my sin. And I was like, so we gonna find out like you around or something?
Yeah, they didn't say anything.
There's no depth to their characters.
Yeah.
There's no depth. There's no backstory. Just there to throw shit. Mess up number 2 right here. How you gonna make a sequel to the original Exorcist? Call the main character besides the chick that got possessed, the mom,
Yeah.
the legendary Ellen Bernstein.
Bursting.
She fucking up too.
They might as well call Bernstein up in there. She didn't do nothing.
Nah, yeah, she didn't do a goddamn thing.
Ellen Bernstein up in. How you gonna call her to get up in here, man? Legacy character, and don't use her for a goddamn thing.
That made me angrier than anything. Matter of fact, it made me angry after I left the theater, just even thinking back to it. Even right now when I think back to it. Because it's like, okay, you made a big deal. You put her in all the promotions like, hey, look who we got back. We're continuing the story. And then you wasted her. Just like what they did with her was a travesty.
If you've seen the original Exorcist, you know, you saw her there.
She's in that one too.
Yeah, you saw her here in the trailer, man. You know, she was the mom of Reagan. Say what?
I like that zoom in.
Well, they love doing that back in the 70s.
They should have did. They used to edit crazy.
Especially trailers.
Boy, they used to edit on LSD back in the day, man. But she is known for giving probably the anchor performance in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, her emotions and love for her daughter and fear for her daughter is what grounded that film.
Yeah.
And not only the the sadness you felt for her, but that's why it was so scary too. A lot of people think it was scary, and it was because of the supernatural, but it is also frightening to see a mother who can't help her daughter who's going through a lot of crazy stuff. And you use none of that. What's so sad about this is that they bring her back in. She's nothing but a glorified reference, man.
Yeah.
All they used her for was just to tie her into the original.
Right. Bringing her in makes it look like from the trailer, like, oh, we're really telling a story. And he watches like, that was a gimmick.
She comes in, she says, I'm not an exorcist. I know you're looking for my expertise. I'm not an exorcist, but I did write a book, so I guess that makes me a demon consultant.
I know more than you guys.
Yeah.
But I ain't the one.
I went through the shit, but by the way, buy my book right here.
Where is she? Take care of her. That's not a good idea.
Man, you better get this kid. Better tell us something.
I love this right here. Like, get out this movie. You ain't doing nothing.
Leave while you can.
Yeah. Shit, that's the most she does in this movie. Is this? Oh, by the way, y'all. You see that right there? Let me play that for you again. Because this is one of the biggest missteps in the movie right here, besides what I just mentioned.
That's not a good idea.
Hi-ya! This right here shows that David Gordon Green, for all his best intentions, and I do respect, I'm making fun of him about dropping the ball and whatnot. I do seriously think he did with a lot of this, him and the scriptwriter. But for all his best intentions, he still does not understand this property. Now, maybe you understand Halloween and you tight with Michael Myers, and even after that second and third one, I doubt that. But at least what you did with that's a horror movie. So you appropriately applied horror tropes to it.
Right.
The Exorcist is not Halloween, okay?
Right.
You do not apply cheap jump scares like I just showed you right here. And even gore, like it's way gorier than the first movie. So you're treating this like you did Halloween, and they're not the same. The crime with that is just what I said. You're getting David Gordon Green with this. He's getting popcorn horror flicks mixed up with dramatic horror flicks. The reason why. Shut up. The reason why The Exorcist worked is because it was not cheap jump scares. This is dramatic horror, man. A lot of the horror was sold based on the performances,
Sure.
on the reactions from the people going through it. You know, we were almost living this movie through those characters instead of, you know, being jump scared and showing a lot of blood. You know, I would say the performances are what made this a lot of this scary for people, whether it be Linda Blair, who was possessed, or whether it be Ellen Burstyn, who, as you know, played the mom, was going through it, or the voice actor, Mercedes McCambridge, who did the voice of the demon.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, there was a big argument about, you know, who's the real, you know, who's the real demon here? The one who's really like giving the great performance, because her voice acting was so great.
True.
But then Linda Blair's, you know, physicalities were so great. So they had they were really having a hard time trying to figure out who gets credit for this. She didn't even want credit at first.
Yeah.
Because she wanted them to be into the demon and they wanted her people who she was.
Yeah, people did that back
Yeah.
then. They didn't feel like they needed the spotlight for everything.
Until that shit got big. She's like, shit, you better tell them. They do a couple of things that, like, there's a line that they say, or there's a cameo that comes in. And I'm just like, all right, man, you know, you didn't get it. All right, you missed the mark with this. You hit it with the first Halloween. With this, you didn't understand it, man. You know, Exorcist is one of those movies, and it's such a masterpiece that it should be left alone, man. Yeah, I really did not like this movie. I know we talked about it. I don't want to tell you I don't want to leave the theater on a downer. But you asked me how I felt. I was like, man, I'll go off on this.
Yeah, same goddamn way.
And I was like, I really don't like this, man.
No.
I don't like it from the concept of Hollywood allowing this to happen right down to the very, very misguided execution. It's some bullshit.
Well,
shit.
You are so correct on missing the point of The Exorcist. And it's what these movies have done over and over and over. And to say like, well, it's David Gordon Green. Now, remember what he did with Halloween. You're like, well, I remember what he eventually did with Halloween. But okay, maybe he's good with the first movie in a, you know, rebooted franchise. But looking at this is like, no, not at all. Yeah, completely misses the point. Even the parts that are good in the beginning, I do feel like the earthquake, was it Haiti they were in? Yeah,
so,
like all
Haiti.
that's really like the best part of it, because that's where you're capturing something, and that's terrifying. Honestly, like, I want to be kind, but that last gimmick cameo I was like, wow, that's almost you for doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah, this is some old bullshit.
It was so cheap too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And before I hand it over to you, Julian, I forgot to say, you know, maybe I would have been like on a low rental. Man, I mean, I'm going off on that. Maybe I would have been on a low rental, but this ain't doing nothing that we don't see in any other possession movie.
I know.
You know, it's the same bullshit, man. There's nothing different here.
Man, I thought there was really great acting performances from the two girls. Also, another thing, I felt like the first 45 minutes of the movie, I thought it was actually good for the first 45 minutes. And then there's just a point where it just kind of just drops off. A lot of these scenes are way too long, and I felt like they could have been edited down. Like, especially at the last possession scene or the exorcist at the end, I was like, why is this going on for so long? And I'm like, I'm starting to lose focus here, and I'm starting to damn near doze off as I'm watching this movie. Like, I know he was going through it too.
Oh, Martin had to grab me because I zonked out for a moment, and Martin touched me. He's like, "You snoring?" I'm like, "Huh?"
I had touched you lightly a few times, and you didn't wake up. That's why I grabbed your arm.
I should have woke up and said,
Yes.
"Yeah." I was so bored in this too. I knocked out for a
It
moment.
becomes boring after a while. I'm being nice with this rating. I'm just gonna give it a low rental, and that's just because the performances are good.
And somebody got their head turned around, and it was such an obvious dummy.
I know what you're talking about.
Man, I laughed at something. Somebody came in like they were about to say the day, boy. It wasn't. Yeah, man, it was. That's some ridiculous. I'll give it to you though, man. I will say I can see why you give it that.
I get it.
To me, it's different sensibilities that are offending me right here. I'm just mad that they had attempted to do this and messed it up so bad. But I agree with you.
Y'all have seen the original, so I see why it hurts y'all so much. I have not.
Well, you know what? I'll give it to you. That might have something to do with it. But also, I agree with you. Like the girls were good. And their names are Catherine is Olivia O'Neill, and the black girl, she's Lydia Jewett, man, Angela Fielding. They both are very good, man. And I can see what you mean. Like that there are moments of some bright spots in there, especially during the beginning.
Yeah,
so I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'll tell you though, that demon was a lot nicer than John Kramer, boy. I mean, there's a decision they had to make at the end of the movie. That demon gives them all the time in the world. John Kramer would have gave him up a minute.
Jigsaw, 30 seconds.
Yeah. He gave him like 15 minutes.
And you better not miss a millisecond. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. Either way it goes, no one in this room is enthusiastic about this.
Nah, you don't gotta rush out to see this one.
I think it's
and they're making 2 more of these. You know that, right? They're planning.
No, they're
for
trying to make and they ended it where it was like an obvious setup for a sequel. But I'm just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not. But